Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Austria. We are at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg for round 3 of the Ferrari Challenge up here in the Styrian Mountains. And we've already had a fairly action-packed day. We enjoyed a Corbachel race earlier, which was full of incident and excitement, made up mostly because of the weather and the track conditions. There we see Adam Carroll on the outside front row for the Trofeo Pirelli race, their first race of the weekend. And Adam in his first time in the Ferrari Challenge and already impressing, putting the car on the outside front row for his very first attempts. There you can see the cloud is low over the Austrian mountains. We're in Spielberg and then we're off to Le Mans as part of the 24-hour race weekend, then Nürburgring, Imola and finale Mondiale in Mugello at the end of the year. So, as we mentioned, it has been wet at this circuit in Austria, which you can just see there on the map, right down in near the Alps. Rain has been the story, but it has stopped raining. And as you can see there, a dry line appearing around this 4.3 kilometer circuit with 3 sectors and a track that is currently boasting a glorious 11 degrees centigrade track temperature and air temperature of 10 degrees. So humidity's dropped, the track's drying out. I think today's race could be won and lost on tyre choice, to be quite often. Is it dry enough for drivers to go onto slicks? Or is it going to be wet weather tyres? And will those wet weather tyres last the distance if they do? Because overheating them is definitely an issue. There's Sam Smith, and he is our pole sitter today. So it's an all-English front row. It's the Battle of Britain on the front row. 2 of the 5 UK drivers are in this race, and 2 of them on the front row. So there you see Sam Smith with Adam Carroll alongside. It's a crowded grid at the moment, but it will be clearing very, very shortly, and it won't be long before we're getting ready to go racing. So lovely shot there over the hills from the helicopter. The cloud level is very low, and this is not actually what we were expecting, because the forecast did say that it was going to be raining all day today. So we're going to have a little look around the locality now. So here's a few images from around Austria. So it's been a couple of days of mastering very mixed conditions indeed. So the car's getting ready. So the big question, what tyres are the drivers going to be running? We look there at Martin Nelson, who starts 3rd on the grid. Of course, if you were watching the qualifying early today, grid positions will not reflect necessarily what you saw on screens because of the performance handicap that has been brought in this year as part of the Ferrari Challenge. As we look there at the 31 car of Matas Vibo, and it looks like, what's looking there, looks like he might be on slicks. What do you think? I've got Nico alongside me here. Before we introduce Nico, let's just have a quick word with Oliver Plasman. And here we come now, sorry, there's an interview with Oliver coming up any second now. We'll have a quick chat to him and then we'll introduce Nico. Here's Oliver, who starts 13 on the grid this afternoon.
My name is Oliver Plasman, I'm from Germany. I'm a rookie driving the Ferrari Challenge Trofeo Pirelli. This weekend we are in Austria. I will show you something, let's go. Here we are in Spielberg. It's a very technical course. We've got a late braking points, slow corners, and it will be a lot of fun to drive here. I'm a rookie. I have to try to become a good racing driver. We will see what's going on this weekend. I started racing 4 weeks ago in Valencia, and I can tell you that a family life, the family near life in the paddock with the racing family of Ferrari is a very good one. You don't want to drive a car, you just want to make a holiday with all those nice people here over there. I'm looking forward to my home race, Ferrari days, Nürburgring. This is a target to be very fast at the Nürburgring. We have to try here in Spielberg, in Le Mans also. And we enjoy the Ferrari days in Nürburgring, I hope so. But now enjoy the Ferrari challenge here in Spielberg. Auf Wiedersehen.
So that's Oliver Plassmann, who starts 13th on the grid. And there is that grid. Sam Smith on pole position with Adam Carroll alongside Martin Nelson and Maximilian Meyer on the second row. Nicolo Schiro and Christian Overgaard making up the third row. Then we see Chris Froggatt and Frederic Espersen with Louis Pret, Bjorn Grossman, the Rainmeister, followed by Emanuele Tabacchi and John Dillon, 12th on the grid. And then Oliver Plassmann, who we've just heard from, Jack Brown, and bringing up the rear is Matas Weibo. Okay, we have had some very sad news this weekend. A friend of Ferrari, Alessandro Bonaccini, very sadly lost his life in a helicopter accident yesterday. And he was in Italy at the time. He wasn't scheduled to be here this weekend, but will be sadly missed. And we're just going to observe a few moments silence in memory of Alessandro. A round of applause there in memory of number 11, Alessandro Bonaccini, who very sadly died in a helicopter accident yesterday. And just tragic news to everybody. Our thoughts with his family at this time. Okay, our focus is on today and on this race, and we're looking forward to Trofeo Pirelli Race 1. We're about to get underway. It's Austria, it's Spielberg, it's the Red Bull Ring, and race 1 for the Trofeo Pirelli cars. We see them there on the grid behind the Hublot safety car. This is my opportunity to introduce Nico Spalek. Hello, Nico. How are you?
Good afternoon, Brian. Looking forward to this race, really, and I think a curveball has been thrown at all the teams and all the drivers who were expecting wet conditions for today and tomorrow, and certainly prepared their setup accordingly. Now, obviously, you can change the tires in a hurry, but the setup of the car is quite a little different, and we'll see how they will all cope with this on this drying circuit. And it's not guaranteed that it's going to stay dry, but given the circumstances right now, we're pretty sure that slicks are on all of these Ferrari 488s.
Okay, let's have a listen to Matas Weibo, who starts at the back of the grid.
Hey guys, I'm here at Spielberg. Just finished my first qualification. Unfortunately, it's on the rain, so hopefully the race is going to be better. Thank you.
It's succinct and to the point. Yeah, he didn't have the greatest qualifying, did Matas, but just starting out in this series, and it's great to have him on board. It's great to have you on board. Thank you for joining us. Pirelli Race 1. You can see our hashtag Ferrari Challenge on the Twitter feed, and you can follow us at Ferrari Races, so why don't you? And give us some thoughts on the race today. We're also on Facebook, /Ferrari Races, so leave a comment, why don't you, in all of our social media feeds. The cars are on their formation lap at the moment. Unexpected dry conditions, as we were saying before then. I think it's got to be slick tyres, really. I think anybody who starts on wets, they're going to just cook them in an instant, I thought.
Yes, probably. I mean, we were speculating about this earlier when it stopped raining, but now that the track is dry and it's wet, there is not even the opportunity to take an unorthodox line and stay on the wets. You can see just a little bit on the left side of that part of the road. Certainly no opportunity to keep a rain tire cool enough, even if you knew that in 10 minutes time it would start to rain. By that time the tire's gone. So
yeah, and the interesting thing is going to be if this these leaden skies, and they do look very daunting, if they do decide to rain on us mid-race, that's going to throw a proverbial spanner in the works, isn't it? And we'll be interested to see what happens, but I think fingers crossed for a dry race. We want to see good racing. I think track limits has been an issue, certainly the last round in Valencia, so hopefully that's not today, but it's going to be wet off the line of the track. Anyway, we're getting ready for the start of the race. They're side by side on the formation lap, and it's green lights out, green lights on. So the cars come round the final corner, the lights are out, and we are underway. Half an hour, 30 minutes of racing, and it's a lightning start from Sam Smith. Absolutely perfect start with Adam Carroll settling into second place. There's somebody bumping over the curbs at the back, but all the cars seem to have got through that first corner. But Sam Smith really disappearing off into the distance. And Adam Carroll slotting into second place, and there we can see Adam Carroll already challenging Sam Smith on the outside. So that great start that he had, and Adam Carroll already putting his immense experience to good use. He's alongside Smith on the inside of him, and they race along side by side, but Carroll looking very, very confident indeed. And he comes into the corner on the inside. Is Carroll in the lead, and Sam Smith going wide, and car 10, that's Maximilian Mayer, and he's gone over. We have a rollover. Maximilian has rolled the car over. This has got to be a safety car. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever seen one of these cars on its roof before. Maximilian Mayer tangling with Sam Smith, and the safety car is out. Wow, that was quite a bizarre incident. Sam Smith and Maximilian Mayer, they're just getting together on that corner, and the car just tripping over. What an unusual incident that was.
Oh, I mean, fortunately, by the time that happened, a lot of the speed had been scrubbed off, so also in combination with the integral safety of these cars, we're very confident that Maximilian Mayer is quite all right, and certainly a bit shaken up after this. And it's really really well, and then there is just not enough space there to overtake. I don't think Mayer necessarily tried to overtake anymore, but just tried to not ease off the pedal too much, and just a little coming together, and then obviously with very significant consequences.
That is dramatic. Very dramatic indeed. We saw a very similar incident in the previous race with Eric Chung getting penalised. This just looks like Maximilian Mayer probably just a little bit too eager there. As you can see, the yellow flag is out, which means that we are behind this safety car. I can't remember the last time I saw one of these turning over.
To the very best of my knowledge, I mean, this is the third year that we've used this Ferrari Challenge 488 car. I don't think it's ever happened. Oh, it's the second year actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, and usually, obviously, with the car, the way these cars are designed, they're not as liable to flipping. there is Maximilian Mayer. That is very good news.
Good to see.
As we surmised, but it's always good to have the confirmation on screen. He's standing. So is his car, actually. But that will be a relief to his team, his family, everyone. As we already said earlier, the Ferrari Challenge paddock really is something that is a very closely knit group, and everyone feels for each other.
Yeah.
And everyone will be happy to have no significant injuries to anyone here.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we couldn't agree more there. And it was bizarre because it was an almost slightly innocuous accident. To get one of these things flipped over, you'd think it would have to be quite high speed, but it just goes to show that when you're moving in an unusual direction and you collide with the barrier, that anything can happen. So yes, I know, so we're riding on board with Christian Overgaard there, I do believe, in the 45 car. So yes, what a crazy start to the race.
Yeah, gives us a brief moment to have a look at what happened within this half a lap. Actually, Adam Carroll obviously took the lead. Nicolas Schirro went up into P3. Martin Nelson still leading the M's, fourth overall. Björn Grossman having come from P10 up to P5 overall, P4 in class. So
that's absolutely brilliant. Now, Björn Grossman, who absolutely excels in the rain, and we saw him at Valencia in the rain, as we just see the start again. I'm just going to look at it. Sam Smith just seemed to be gone. Couldn't see the lights. I don't think it was a jump start, so just very eager on the pedal, I think. Björn Grossman, and he was utterly mesmerising, I'd say, in Valencia in the rain. And we're just looking at that start again. I still haven't seen it with the lights on, so I think everything was good there. So eyes have been on him with the rain coming down today. We had a great dogfight between him and Nicolas Schirro in qualifying, and it finally went the way of Nicolas Schirro, but then with their various grid drops following the results they had in Valencia, Bjorn was starting a long way down, so to have made his way back up to 5th already, very good, and the track's not even wet.
And another one who's made real good progress is Jack Brown. He obviously winner of the last race, so he got a significant grid drop. He was P14 on the grid. He's also made his way up to P5 already, and his P4 in class. Frederick, this person ahead of him, will feel the metaphorical breath down his neck already whenever this gets restarted. We're still behind the safety car. We can see there is still the car and the pickup truck.
They're just coming to the tree, so they're going to kind of pick it up and drag it over the fence, I guess.
So that means we're certainly going to get another lap behind the safety car, but if they're quick, that's all it's going to be beyond this one. So.
And if the cars are running on slicks, which I believe they all are, then keeping the heat in the tyres, see the rain's on the wet tyres on standby there, keeping the heat in the tyres and the brakes at the moment is going to be very important. So these laps behind the safety car, it's just not a time for drivers to just take it easy and cruise around. There's still plenty to be thinking about. So Adam Carroll, we haven't said much about his start. It's his first time in the Ferrari Challenge, but he's an enormously talented and experienced driver. He's raced in IndyCar, amongst other things, and A1 GP. So quite an experienced driver, and he's giving Sam Smith a bit of a run for his money, isn't he?
Yes, you see a few pictures of the area while we're still behind the safety car. Some artistic features of what the Ferrari Challenge is here in Spielberg.
Nicolo Schiro with Martin Nelson, the leading AM category driver. Bjorn Grossman already up to 5th on the road, so we've got an eye on him as well. There's just a little under 22 minutes of this race left. The cars are currently in sector 2 of the track, which is in the twisty back section of the circuit. And Adam Carroll will be very experienced with restarts, so not expecting him to be caught snoozing here. So very shortly he'll drop back. The safety car will pull into the pit lane, having pulled off into the distance, and then Adam Carroll will become the de facto safety car. But there will be no overtaking until we get to the safety car line, of course. But everybody eager to get going in these chilly conditions. We're eager to get going before the rain starts coming down. So there goes the Hublot safety car, disappearing off into the distance. Adam Carroll now with Sam Smith and Nicolo Schiro breathing right down his neck. And we are getting ready to go racing here at the Red Bull Ring. It's round 3 of the Trofeo Pirelli Ferrari Challenge Europe, and we have a green flag, and the first 5 are all together. Bjorn Grossman is already making a move on Martin Nelson, and looking at 4th position, Martin Nelson slams the door. No, thank you very much, you're not coming through here. So Bjorn Grossman, as you were, in 5th place, and the lead 2 are very close together as well. Bjorn Grossman just sizing up Martin Nelson again for another attack. Meanwhile, at the front, we can see Adam Carroll coming under immense pressure from Sam Smith and Martin Bjorn Grossman, so many people, has got past Martin Nelson into 4th place.
Well, I think Martin Nelson just surrendered there. He's in a different class, he's an M driver. There is no point in collecting Bjorn Grossman on the overtaking maneuver, so he said, well,
that's it, I'll let him go.
Yeah, I'll let him go. I'd much rather get up the road and have a clean and intact car. And as you can see, beyond those 5 drivers, there is a sizable gap.
There really is.
Martin Nelson will certainly, apologies, try to follow Bjorn Grossman as much as he can, rather than lose time trying to defend.
Yeah, and the more time that Martin Nelson had spent trying to defend from Bjorn Grossman, the more chance there would have been for the rest of the field to catch up with him. So, as you say, very, very wise moving now. Nicolo Schiro, who's looking very racy indeed and putting in faster sector times than anybody else, looking at the 2nd position. So Sam Smith, who was challenging Adam Carroll, now coming under a lot of pressure from Nicolo Schiro, who is probably is closest to being the quickest man on the track now. So Nicolo Schiro looking very, very eager indeed and snapping at the heels of Sam Smith. And just taking a little look up at the inside there, there's a gap on the inside of Sam Smith, but nowhere near enough for Nicolo Schiro to get through. So it's as you were. Bjorn Grossman definitely not out of contention here. He's closing in on Nicolo Schiro. This is going to be a 4-way battle for the lead. Nicolo Schiro again looking very closely at the Sam Smith car. The first 4 pulling well clear away of Martin Nelson now, who's the leading AM driver. And Martin Nelson in 5th place is the leading AM driver, with Jack Brown, who is 2nd place in the AM category. So Nicolo Schiro looking very, very eager indeed on the back of Sam Smith. And car 84, Bjorn Grossman, has received a warning from race control for exceeding track limits. Now that's something that we saw a lot of at the last round in Valencia. Exceeding track limits has not proven to be very profitable this weekend, purely because of the amount of water off the racing line. But with the track drying out and Bjorn Grossman receiving a warning, needs to be careful he doesn't pick up a penalty.
Absolutely. And we can see those 4, and it's anyone's guess now how these battles will develop. Obviously, Bjorn Grossman will hope that those in front of him will battle a bit. Adam Carroll will hope that those behind of him will battle a bit. Meanwhile,
Nicolo Schiro, and that's just, he just napping there, straight on the inside. Sorry to interrupt, Nico. Straight on the inside of Sam Smith. Nicolo Schiro up to second place. Sam Smith already having a look back at him. He pulls alongside, and Bjorn Grossman is there ready to pounce as well. The two are side by side, but Nicolo Schiro has that racing line, and now Sam Smith is coming under pressure from Bjorn Grossman. Bjorn Grossman getting ready to make a move on Sam Smith, but Sam Smith hasn't finished with Nicolo Schiro yet. He takes another look on the inside. These two are so evenly matched. It's Sam Smith on the inside of Nicolo Schiro, and he's retaken the place.
That's
brilliant.
Impossible. You can't overtake there, Sam. Nobody told you. You cannot. That was a brilliant move.
Absolutely brilliant. P2 for Sam, but here comes Bjorn Grossman, and Nicolo Schiro is likely to get mugged 2 places in 1 lap at this rate. Nicolo Schiro defending for all he's worth from Bjorn Grossman, who's clearly a man on the mission. Bjorn Grossman is quickest in sector 1 at the moment of anybody on the track, and he's siding up Nicolo Schiro. He takes another look on the start-finish line up at the inside. Now surely he's got this position as long as he can keep it together under braking, and he has. So through to 3rd place goes Bjorn Grossman. Nicolo Schiro is going to try and come back at him, but I'm not sure whether Nicolo's got anything for Bjorn.
Well, Bjorn had to get off the accelerator just a little bit at the exit of that turn, because there was a Sam Smith car and he didn't want to clatter into that, but he held it together, kept the position. Oh, that's great racing among the 3 of them. Adam Carroll, meanwhile, you guys do whatever, but again, I have to go back to the Sam Smith overtake. That's a place where you literally cannot overtake on this track, but
no one told him that, did they?
No one told him that. That was a magnificent move.
It really was.
And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Tire degradation, obviously, now with the slicks can become a topic. I mean, it's pretty cool track temperature, so the tire wear is not going to be as dramatic, but it's going to be there. And if you battle very much, there is Christian Overgaard. We saw him on P2 in class earlier, but
he's obviously got problems. He's out of the car, isn't he? Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Looked like Bjorn Grossman was having another look at Sam Smith just now, but just as we cut away from it, we are just over halfway through the race already. My goodness, where did that go? The leader is Adam Carroll. He's currently got a 1.7 second lead. If Bjorn Grossman passes Sam Smith, I'm sure he's got eyes on that. Meanwhile, Louis Perret has received a warning for exceeding track limits on turn 1. So another driver who's been watched by the stewards this afternoon. They've certainly been very hot on this year. And Bjorn Grossman, again, looking very eager on Sam Smith. He's right up with him, and he ducks to the inside. But he's going to have to make it stick on the outside now, and that's not going to happen. He switches back onto the inside line, but Sam Smith has got him covered up, and meanwhile, Nicolo Schiro hasn't quite finished, and Nicolo Schiro suddenly slowed there, suddenly dropped right back, and I wonder if Nicolo Schiro's got a problem.
But looks like it.
Bjorn Grossman, is just having a look on the outside of Sam Smith, but I think Nicolo Schiro might be in trouble. Yes, he is. Louis Perret has now moved past Nicolo Schiro, so we've lost Nicolo Schiro somewhere along the way, and Bjorn Grossman now looking very, very eager on Sam Smith. Sam Smith, the back end, stepping out as he comes out of the corner, and meanwhile Louis Perret is putting in the fastest lap at 1:30.781, which is very, very good indeed.
And it's actually the 3rd consecutive fastest lap that Louis Perret has put in, so he's closed the gap to those by 3 seconds over the last 3 laps, so that's obviously they have been battling, so that benefited him, but he has been a man on the move and on a mission in these first, well, it's already 17 minutes. We get a penalty for track limits for Chris Froome, P5 on the road now, and that's going to drop him down again.
Yeah. So he's in 5th at the moment, so he's going to get a 5-second penalty, and there's Jack Brown, who's our leading AM contender, and there is Chris Froggatt there, I do believe, in the white car, hounding Emmanuel Tabaki, another driver who we've been hearing a lot about this year, and he's currently 2nd in category, in the AM category, is Emmanuel Tabaki. Yeah, we can see Chris Froggatt there, and we've got contact. That's Martin Nelson, who steered straight into Emmanuel Tabaki. Lots lots of damage. Don't know what happened there. It looked like Martin Nelson just didn't even try to take the corner. Absolutely wrecks the Emmanuel Tabaki car. Good to see Emmanuel getting out of that, because that was he put the handbrake on. That was a big impact. We have safety car again. Gosh, I would be interested to see a replay of that, but Martin Nelson absolutely smashing into Emmanuel Tabaki's car. Did not see that coming. So the safety car is out with less than 12 minutes remaining, and there's going to be quite a lot of debris on the track. We see Emmanuel Tabaki just escaping to safety there. That was a bit of a wallop, that was. Be good to see a replay. Martin Nelson, who had dropped a little way back down the order. Gosh, safety car out. We can see the teams are chilling out. We seem to spend more time behind the safety car than we have racing so far today. Sam Smith's crew chief giving us the thumbs up, and the yellow flags are flying again. So what do you make of that one then, Nico?
Well, that was a big incident. We really need to see that in replay again, because, as you say, that was pretty inauspicious, but it was pretty unpredictable, really.
Right, here we go.
See the scene again. I mean, Martin Nelson's way behind it. I mean,
it looks like a brake failure of some sort, doesn't it?
You don't just not brake there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was...
Yeah. I mean, the poor old Emmanuel Tabaki was an absolute passenger in that, wasn't he? This is an interesting view. So we see the brake lights are on there. And
there's no deceleration.
Yeah.
Apology for cutting across
no.
you, but there is no deceleration that you can see. You can see Chris Froggett slowing down, but Martin just continuing.
Yeah.
And
that was clearly a fault to the car, and a lot of damage to both of those cars.
it's good to see Martin also out of the car, so both drivers standing, walking around. That's always the most important thing in racing. And
that's such a shame. Poor old Emmanuel Tabaki. He's had such a good run. So far, he has not finished a single race below second in his category. So this will be his certainly his first DNF, and the first time he's finished below second place. So a consistent driver, and that's going to hit him hard. The incident is under investigation. There's not a lot they can do in terms of this race, because both cars are out anyway. I dare say that the discussions about this might rumble on. And there's Nicolo Schiro, who we saw dropping down earlier, and he's obviously got a problem as well. He's in the pits. There's an issue going on there, isn't there?
yeah, but it's good to see that they're still working on the car. So Nicolo looks like he's still there, because if they can get the car out again, especially now that they're on the safety car, there's still a chance for him to pick up some points. And it's always good to see the teams and the drivers making an effort, and there are the two. And
yeah, I'm guessing that Martin is probably explaining. It looks fairly relaxed, doesn't it? So that's Martin Nelson on the left and Emmanuel Tabaki on the right, just chatting through. But clearly it had to be something's broken or failed. And yeah, that's a very big impact. Good to see both drivers okay after that. We're taking a look here at some more overtakes. That was Nicolo Schiro on Sam Smith. We've seen some great overtaking in this race.
yeah, this one I'm looking forward to, because that is just... I mean, Sam here, you can see how far he is behind Nicolo. He's a bit more on the inside, so he takes a little more momentum in there, so he can get alongside, but really, you're not supposed to be quicker on the on the inside of those turns.
It's been good because Sam Smith has really stepped up a gear this year, hasn't he? He's just driving better now than he's ever done before, in my opinion.
I'm not going to say that he wasn't as good before, but he certainly is there this year. I
Exceptional.
mean, his ability and his performance thus far is beyond any doubt very strong. So, and that's really good. And we have the two UK drivers then, with Adam and Sam, that is Graham Grossman and Louis Pratt. Then in the AMs, it's Jack Brown. You remember, starting from P14, obviously two of his AM competitors off the track and in an incident there, but he still made it from P14 to the first in his class. So
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, Jack Brown, he has impressed every time we've seen him race. I mean, he's been in the series for just over a year now, hasn't he? And he's been very good. We're still clearing up the cars here. Safety cars still out. And was that Nicola Schurrer that we saw back out on track?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a lap down, so
Yeah.
he's not going to compete for overtaking in the standings, but he's still there, and with the cars that we have out, he's like P6.
Yeah.
He is P6 in the Pirelli Pro class, so certainly he will pick up valuable points. And
Absolutely.
it's good to see him come back out. I mean, we only have 6 minutes and 50 seconds left, so after this safety car lap, which hopefully is going to be the last one, maybe we'll have 4 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a dash for the cash at the end. There was a lot of debris from the two cars that came together. We see Schurrer coming into the pits here in the show cam. And that's a great look at the driver and the team working on the car. Thank you for joining us this afternoon at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. We are under caution behind the safety car, but the safety car is about to peel off into the pit lane, and we're about to resume racing with just over 5 minutes left of this Trofeo Pirelli race. Our leader is Britain's Adam Carroll in his first Ferrari challenge, with Sam Smith and Björn Grossman for company, with Louis Pret behind as well. These four cars, not a lot between them this afternoon. This is going to be very interesting indeed. They are just through the windy Sector 2 into Sector 3 of the track now, so very, very shortly the safety car is going to disappear off into the distance, and Adam Carroll is going to lead them away. He had a great start after our previous safety car. He's very experienced in this kind of thing. So as you can see, the field packed up together. Sam Smith's already on Adam Carroll's tail. He's not going to let him get away this time. They come round the final corner onto the start-finish straight, and they receive the green flag, and we are racing again with 4.5 minutes left, and Björn Grossman having a look on the inside of Sam Smith into turn 1 already. And in the meantime, Sam Smith, he spins, having looked on the inside of Adam Carroll. Sam Smith loses it, and it looked like he just got 2 wheels on the curbing. And Sam Smith, after such a daring drive and some great overtaking, and now we see Louis Pret putting the challenge on Björn Grossman. So it's all changed. Sam Smith spinning out of that second position and allowing Adam Carroll to really pull away. And meanwhile, Jack Brown is making very, very good progress with Chris Froggatt for company. But there you can see Adam Carroll, and now Björn Grossman has got him in sight and is honing in on him. Just over a second in the lead is Adam Carroll. P2, Björn Grossman and Louis Pret. And I don't know what happened with Sam Smith there. I think he just got a couple of slightly cold tyres on the curbing, and with this ambient temperature, and actually just looking out of the window, it doesn't look as dry as it was, and I do wonder if there is a bit of moisture in the air. And it's certainly dry out of the back at the circuit there that we can see Adam Carroll. So 1.13 second lead from Adam Carroll, with Björn Grossman just holding steady in second. Our leading AM category driver is Jack Brown, and he's 4th on the road, with the young Frederick Asperson second in the AM category. Good to see him putting on a very good show here as well. Yes, it's drivers who are surviving, and we just see John Dillon there on the inside of the 31 car again. They both go spinning. This is becoming a recurring theme. So John Dillon and Mattis Weibo both spinning. These kamikaze moves on the inside, and we've seen this several times already, and it's just not good, is it, Nico?
Well, certainly for the ones involved. But let's just focus on this, and it's just
Sam Smith,
I'm not even sure that they
I don't think they made
together.
contact. We have to remember the brakes and the tyres were probably colder than they might have been after the start. And this is the one we've just seen with John Dillon bumping over the curbs and Matas Vibo kind of shutting the door as well. Bjorn Grossman there, he's just lost about a tenth to Adam Carroll, who is in the lead. Adam Carroll looking like he's got this pretty well under control, it has to be said, with a minute and 3/4 remaining, but anything can happen. But great to see Fredrik Aspersen up into second place in the AM category, with Oliver Plasman in third. So some new names appearing that we haven't seen for a while. Top three are all in the pro category, which is Adam Carroll, Bjorn Grossman and Louis Pret. And you can see the three of them there on your screen. Louis Pret not really got the legs on Bjorn Grossman at the moment, but the Octane 126 driver looking fairly solid in second, but not really making any move on the leader. And now we are into that final lap. So the first three well spaced out, and Jack Brown there coming under pressure from Chris Froggatt. Again, Jack Brown is a wily old fox. I can't imagine he's going to do anything too wild in this last lap, but Chris Froggatt clearly has his eyes on that fourth place. And there we see Nicola Shiro, who's a lap down, of course, and Fredrik Aspersen behind him. So we can see Jack Brown there, the leading AM category driver, but there's no doubt about our leader, and coming round very, very soon, he's into the final sector of this lap. It's Adam Carroll. The incident between Matas Vibo and the car 61 of John Dillon will be investigated after the race. But Adam Carroll, no such problems. He's had a fairly stress-free race, making it look rather easy in his first Ferrari challenge. Let's see how he does with the handicap tomorrow. So Adam Carroll there, well ahead now, nearly 2 seconds ahead of Bjorn Grossman in second. He comes round to the final set of corners. He comes onto the start-finish line. He can see the checkered flag in front of him, and it's Adam Carroll who wins race one for the Trofeo Pirelli. Bjorn Grossman follows him over the line in second, with Louis Pret a slightly distant third place. And there's the scrap for the AM category, and it's Jack Brown who crosses the line in fourth place, but first in category, with Chris Froggatt in the pro category in fifth, and Fredrik Aspersen taking a well-deserved second place in category from Oliver Plasman. So, a very exciting race, plenty to be talking about.
Yeah,
lots to analyse.
Yeah, absolutely, a very exciting race. And Oliver Plasman, who we got the kind introduction before the race, made it to P3 onto the podium. Well done. Chris Froggatt obviously will receive a 5-second penalty.
Yes, of course.
But that won't affect his position neither on the road nor in his class, so he will keep his P4. Sam Smith actually dropped behind the pack of Plasman, Vibro and Dillon in the final lap, but again, in class, that doesn't make a lot of a difference. He still finishes P5. Nicolas Shiro takes that P6 position in spite of, obviously, there was much more potential for him before the failure or problems that he encountered stuck. I think Louis Pret, for lots of the race, he was the fastest. You might have thought the safety car might have aided him, but P3 was all that was in the cards for him.
Yeah, and now we can see him there that he was behind Bjorn Grossman and Adam Carroll. And that's just confirmation of what we've just seen. And yeah, as you say, he was putting in some very quick laps at the end there. He was the fastest man on the track, was Louis Pret. There is our winner, Adam Carroll, just controlled it from the front, really, didn't he? No hanging about. We knew he was going to be good. An insider said to me, "Oh, watch this one. He's going to be good," and they were right. But we look forward to seeing him with his grid handicap tomorrow, because he will be 6 places down on wherever he qualifies.
Absolutely. But look at Bjorn Grossman, 6th place races down, finishes P2. So certainly you can make a case that actually it invigorated him and gave him some extra fire. And certainly the P2 from that lowly starting position is certainly something that he will not be too unhappy about.
And he actually would, without the grid drop, would have qualified on the front row. He would have been P2, and it's possible that he might have just cleared off into the distance. So as you say, the grid drop certainly making a race of it. I mean, be good to see how Adam Carroll gets on with that as well. So the grid drop, though, just definitely adding an extra element to the racing and the spectacle.
Absolutely, and we will see soon in the overall standings where ahead of Grossman there were Schirru, Smith, Pratt and Neubauer, who obviously isn't here, and none of them scored significant points, so Björn Grossman certainly making up ground there.
Right, well, we're just going to have a little look at some of the highlights from this race, and we're going to be back with the podium very, very shortly. So we just saw in the highlights section there, we saw a shot of John Dillon making contact with the back of the Matas Vibo car, and we've just had confirmation from race control that John Dillon has received a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. So that will have changed things slightly. There you go, there's our race 1 classification for the pro category. Adam Carroll, Björn Grossman, Louis Pret, Chris Frogger, Sam Smith, Nicolo Schirru and Maximilian Meyer in 7th place, not classified, so not a great afternoon for him. So we're getting ready for the podium ceremony and the presentation of the trophies. You certainly can't say that that race was lacking in excitement. We had a bit of everything there, including a rollover. So there we go, 3rd place in the pro category, Louis Pret. He's been very consistent this year and an absolute contender for the championship. 2nd place, Björn Grossman, a man who's really finding some form at the moment, and especially as long as it keeps raining. So in the dry, though, looking very, very quick indeed. So Björn Grossman in 2nd place, and there's our winner on his debut in the Ferrari Challenge Europe. That's Adam Carroll for Ferrari Budapest, and he made it all look rather easy. Just held on at the front, and no alarms and no surprises, to quote a phrase. No drama, just got the job done, and he takes the top step of the podium. They're looking back across the paddock, and we can see the mist coming in. And just confirmation of the Drivers' Championship. Nicolas Chiro's lead's been cut down, courtesy of that mechanical problem. 73 points from Louis Pret, who has 69, and Sam Smith ruining that spin because he has 64 points. So that's definite bad news for him. He could have done so much better. And of course Thomas Neubauer, who's not here this weekend, so he's down in 4th place. So surprised not to see Thomas Neubauer, to be quite honest. Thought he might be here. I'm sure there's a good reason for him not being here. So we look just down at the side of the Ferrari hospitality, and we can see the umbrellas are up, and I do believe the rain is coming down. Fortunately, we've got the racing out of the way. So there's Louis Pret on his own on the podium. Bjorn Grossman. And there's Adam Carroll on the top step of the podium. A very successful afternoon of work. And I don't know who that is joining him. Nico might be able to tell me. We're having the national anthem.
Sorry for not answering immediately. That's certainly one of his team principal directors, but apologies for not being able to give you those names. I can give you the name of the person who's awarding the trophies. That's Francesco Bianchi, head of Ferrari Europe and Africa.
You cheated. Francesco Bianchi, yes. He's been on trophy presentation duties all day today, hasn't he? And he presents Adam Carroll with his trophy, and there's some very happy people looking on there. So that's the pro category, trophies high, and there's the mystery man from his team alongside him. There's the Pirelli trophy that he holds high as well. Presented by Gianfranco Vaccari from Pirelli Motorsport.
Well remembered.
Yeah, I don't know where I got that information from. I have a photographic memory. Posing for the photographs. And the FF Corsa people were very happy as well. Thumbs up. It was a long old race, but with various stoppages and all the rest of it. But the champagne is now spraying, and Adam Carroll celebrates his first race and his first win in the Ferrari Challenge Europe. Can only go downhill from there, mate. Sorry to tell you.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Someone who's not going down but going up to the stewards' room is Sam Smith, because he's been asked to report to race control.
That's never a good thing when you get summoned. There's the AM category. There's the classification there. Jack Brown, Frederick Asperson, and Oliver Plasman. With Matas Vibo, John Dillon, Emmanuel Tabaki not classified after that collision with Martin Nelson and Christian Overgaard, who had all sorts of problems.
Yeah, and Asperson, I think if we remember from Bahrain, he was the youngest driver in the Ferrari Challenge ever, as we see Oliver Plasman's car first. And well done to our introductory piece. Protagonist.
Yes, oh great prophet. Who are you interviewing tomorrow? I'll go down the bookies. There's the aforementioned Frederick Asperson, I believe 17 years old. So we were told to watch out for him, and it's taken him a couple of races just to kind of get up to speed. He's avoided controversy, avoided dramas. He's just been consistent, and he picks up his first podium in the AM category. And there's Jack Brown. He certainly has been turning heads for about the last 12 months, and surely won't be long before he's in a pro category, surely. So we get ready for the trophy presentation. You look like you're about to say something.
Yeah, definitely. And I was about to say that, namely that he's not having to wait for being P1 in the championship as leapfrogged Emmanuel Tabaki. And I don't want to say this early in the season, but it looks like it's a two-horse race.
It does, and Tabaki's cause not helped by the Martin Nelson collision. So that's Oliver Plasman. No, that's right, that's Fredrik Aspersen and Oliver Plasman. So and Jack Brown up there. I think all three of them will be happy with this afternoon's proceedings. They've, again, you know, it's what we said before, it's keeping your head while others lose theirs. There's the national anthem for the Great Britain. Since the national anthem done, the champagne is already dripping down the hoarding from the previous fight. But it's going to get some more any second now. Three drivers who will be very happy with where they've finished. It's Fredrik Aspersen receiving his second place. We've already seen Oliver Plasman receive his. Good to see some big smiles on the podium. And there's your winner, Jack Brown, receiving his trophy from Francesco Bianchi. And worthy winner he is too. And there's, for the team, the trophy being presented.
And if I'm not misled, we have two people on P2 and P3 for whom it's the first Trofeo Pirelli silverware.
Yes,
so
first podiums.
Understandably very, very happy from Fredrik and Oliver. Jack Brown, he has his share already from this season alone.
Yes.
But
there he goes. He's a bit of a shorty, Jack, isn't he? Sorry, not a personal comment there. Smiles for the camera. Beautifully done. What a great photo that is. Lots of smiles all around. And we're getting ready for the champagne. And
the FF Corsa team engineers his car, that they are really happy. And again, he's come back from way down the order to take the win here, and obviously helped by some of the incidents, but a great drive once again. And he's going to receive the same starting position tomorrow. Well, not necessarily on the grid, but he gets a sixth place grid drop. So the challenge is there again.
So there you have it. It's been a thoroughly entertaining day here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Loved every minute of it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously had some incidents that we would rather not have, but everyone got out of the cars well, and at the end of it, that's what racing is about to a degree. I think the biggest sensation was that we had a dry race this afternoon. That is...
Yeah. And especially looking out the windows as the umbrella's up, so I think we got it just in the nick of time. I think the sensation of the race is some of them actually managed to get a Ferrari 488 on its roof. I mean, that's no mean feat. So yes, it's been a good day. We had a great copper shell race earlier as well. So that's it for today. We hope you're going to join us again tomorrow for more of the same. Look forward to joining you then. Hope you're going to join us then.
Well, and let's have an eye on the weather forecast, because snow is what it said.
But get the chains out, get the snow chains out.
I think Pirelli has just designed a fresh set of tires, the P0 degree temperature. Sorry for that. But it's going to be really interesting if the white stuff comes down here on the straight, how everyone's going to cope with that. And yeah, looking forward to see you tomorrow.
Great stuff. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good Saturday.